What's up, all good? That's the weird thing about this senior class, man. Is like
Yeah.
I had you in cradle roll.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what Zoom was until
Neither did I.
I had no idea.
I think Zoom started the whole thing.
Probably did. Probably did.
Hold on. Yes. I'm on a Zoom call with Rusty right now. Can I talk to you later?
Yeah, tell him to buzz off.
Rusty says to buzz off.
The first question is probably the easiest, which is just introduce yourself. Who are you?
Like my name?
Yeah, that's how you introduce yourself.
I'm Samuel M. Ponce.
Hi, my name is Anne-Marie Mitchell. I think I'm pretty kind. Most people say. I think I'm pretty funny also.
Hi, my name is Julia Brandt, and I'm a senior.
My name is Courtney Miller. I am a senior at Plainfield East High School, and I've been a member of NCOC since I was born.
My name is DeMarcus Tyler. I'm 18 years old.
My name is Jeremiah Robertson. Some things that I really like to do is mostly spend time with family and friends and just kind of relaxing, like doing what I gotta do first so I can have more time to just kind of lay back and relax.
I'm Joe Allgood. I go to Wheaton Waterville South High School, or I kind of do, I guess. I don't really know what the answer to that is anymore.
Hey, hi, I'm Gabby, and I go to Lyle High School. Kind of.
The popular answer right now. I kind of go to high school.
Not sure.
I am Mylan Ross.
That's it. You are Mylan Ross. There's only one of you.
Hi, my name is Micah Horn.
That
was good.
That's you. That's it. You're Micah.
All right, we're done.
I'm Summer Moore. I'm a senior at Neuqua Valley, and I've been going to Naperville for 2-3 years.
Okay. 23 years. Okay, that's cool.
I'm Mara Harris, and you're watching Disney Channel.
Right. Next question is, describe yourself and explain how your description might differ from someone's first impression of you.
Okay. I'm a pretty chill guy. I keep it pretty mellow all the time. I don't like, I'm an introvert, so while I do speech and stuff, I'm not always the biggest talker conversationally.
I'm pretty caring to many people. I love helping people in their times of need as much as I can. And I'm very musical. I love to sing. I also love acting, which is a very great hobby of mine.
When people first, I would say that I'm kind of quiet. Not quiet, but I'm like standoffish.
I guess I would describe myself as creative and funny and, outgoing, I guess.
All right. Well, I'm a very kind of relaxed person. I don't really get too excited. I'm very chill. If a situation comes up, I'm just like, it's whatever.
People find me like intimidating from the first impression because of like my height and probably just how I'm just kind of I'm loud, so I'm very loud. So they probably get intimidated or kind of nervous, but
I don't know, I feel like I'm pretty outgoing. according to the Golden Girls quiz I took earlier, I'm a Sophia. So I have a sense of humor. I'm compassionate. I don't know.
But you know, like Sophia from the Golden Girls, she was very crass and crude as well.
Oh, I think you've seen me be a little crass sometimes. I think we've seen that.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah, no.
Okay. I think I'm very loud, silly, outgoing. I'm very outgoing, and then I don't know what else describes me. And I'm very passionate.
I like to laugh. Puns are fun to listen to. I do a lot with school. Well, not anymore, but I used to do a lot with school. I'm a swim teacher, a bear paddle.
Right.
So I'm pretty outgoing, but I don't really get outgoing until you meet me. So that might differ. Like until you get to know me, you know what I'm saying?
I'm kind of like a louder person, especially if I'm like around my house or like with my friends, which most people don't really notice because like, I'm kind of quiet in public a little bit. So that's like one of those things that people don't know about me. But yeah.
Okay.
My personality is weird because it's like if someone were to meet me, they would notice that like I'm a humble, laid back, just chilled person. But the moment, like, say I feel comfortable around them and I open up, you realize that I'm crazy. Like, I have a lot of energy. I'm funny. So I'd say that's one thing people will notice about me.
I would describe myself as someone who is sort of an overthinker, so I just try to be as calm as possible because I don't like when other people like are like, you know, nervous and anxious all the time. So I try to be calm because it, you know, I heard it helps other people kind of just stay calm. And so a lot of people might think that I'm like really, you know, calm and collected and chill and laid back, but I tend to overthink a lot and I have a lot of like, you know, I just get really anxious kind of easy. So it's good for me to just relax because it helps other people relax and then that helps me relax. So
despite my height, I'm not a very great basketball player. And so that's an impression thing that I think people get of me when they first see me. Like I like to spend a good amount of time alone. But when it's necessary, you know, I do get social sometimes because most of my friends are the more social type. That's theater kids for you.
But if you know me, you know I can be like crazy or like not crazy, but like I'm very inclusive and I'm very like, I don't know, not crazy, but what's another word for like crazy? Like,
I don't know.
Out there, kind of outgoing, I guess. Outgoing is the word.
I was thinking about this. Most of the time when I do meet someone for the first time, I'm not that much different from my original personality and stuff. So I don't really change up anything. But I mean, obviously when I do meet somebody, I won't be as much out there. But I'm basically myself when I do meet someone for the first time. So I'll be like, oh yeah, that's how they are all the time. So yeah, that's
okay.
That's what I
I'm not really a social butterfly either, but I feel like once people do get to know me, I could be the nicest person that they have ever met.
I don't know. I've been told by several people actually that I'm very intimidating when they first met me.
But if someone were to meet me firsthand, I guess they would kind of see me as like, I guess, weird or shy or introverted, not sociable. So
right.
And I think when I first get into a situation, I like to assess like the things around me, so I don't really say much when I first meet people. And I think a lot of people mistake that for me being shy, but like I'm the farthest thing from being shy. I just like to take my time and understand what I'm getting involved in before I actually get involved in it. So
really, I'm not intimidating at all. like people call me Big Teddy Bear because I'm just like when you get to know me, I'm just really nice and just laid back and relaxed most of the time.
Right. I would say my first impression of you was you were loud because you cried and cried and cried, man.
Yeah, yeah.
We could not get you to stop crying and cradle roll.
Yeah, I was definitely a crybaby. I'll say that.
Yeah. So, how did you picture your senior year ending back when it began in August?
Definitely with graduation in May and not in July. And then going off to the cabin, my grandparents' cabin, to have my graduation party and everything.
Mhm.
But now that'll be different. We'll probably have the graduation party before the graduation.
I didn't know how it would end, honestly, because right when second semester started, I just kept on pushing myself to push through the final 5 months because it was hard.
Yeah.
But the virus, the virus happened, and now it's just like I don't really want to count it because I look at it as a freebie.
I mean, I pictured it ending normally, like, I don't know, just walking down, hopefully doing a speech at graduation and, like, you know, just spending the last couple months with, like, my best friends with me. And I don't know, I didn't really expect anything to happen. I expected it to be, like, normal and just, like, saying our goodbyes and stuff. I didn't expect to be a part of this historical, like, pandemic, you know, something that's definitely going to be, like, written down and, like, taken into account to.
I was really excited about having all of the senior events like senior celebration where everybody kind of gets together at school, like a school lock-in. We go at like 10 p.m. and it goes to like 5 a.m. and they have all these different like booths and stuff like that. They'll have like a barista, they'll have like a nail tech and all these like different things. And they have like prizes and like different drawings and stuff like that. So I was really looking forward to that. I was looking forward to graduation as well. And, you know, just all of the events that I guess come with being a senior.
I don't know. I don't think I was really concerned about the ending in August. I was more worried about making sure I fit everything into like the whole year and everything. Like I've got all of my stuff like out of the way. I did everything I ever wanted to do in high school over the course of senior year. Like the things I was really looking forward to were like graduation and like walking across the stage. And it was at senior Sunday was the other big one. This was the one that I've always really looked forward to. So
You know, I always, wanted it to go out with a bang and like visit all my friends at, their houses and hanging out and like going to the beach for the summer and just, hanging around and having fun.
I planned on doing the usual extracurriculars that I've done for years, speech and theater. I'd set up a pretty intense schedule. I was taking 3 AP classes. The last day of school, we go out on the football field and they have a bunch of vendors there. And we would get food and hang out and stuff. And that's kind of the grand finale to the school experience. So I kind of just planned on doing that. Like I'd seen both my sisters and all the seniors before me.
Definitely not like this at all. I picture it just like any other year, how the seniors get to go graduation and have like little senior parties before. Have this thing called Senior Spectacular at our school, and we go back to our school at like midnight, and they have like all these jumping houses, slides, and everything that people just go there to hang out, have a good time. But yeah, they told us that it was canceled. Like that was like one of the first things that was canceled, so that was like a heartbreaker for me. I was like, dang.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to that.
I definitely pictured it in like a more conventional sense, like the same exact way like I saw the seniors graduate last year did. But yeah, no, not like that anymore. Like I expected like a graduation day and like prom and ditch day. That would be fun.
Oh.
Like just like,
Yeah.
I didn't really figure. Okay, obviously, I figured I was gonna be graduating like in a room filled with people. That's not happening. But I always kind of figured me leaving high school kind of like somebody's last day who were like they're quitting their job. They're just like, I quit. I hate all you people. You guys are all terrible. That's kind of how I envisioned my last day of high school was going to be. I would just act like I was quitting my job.
Um, I just pictured graduation and prom and everything, like all the senior stuff that I'm supposed to be doing. And now it's like none of that's happening. I don't know like when I'm gonna graduate. I don't know if I'm gonna have a prom. I don't know any of that. So that's kind of sad.
In August, I was pretty stoked. I was like, I'm gonna get the senior year done because past 2 years, part of my school year, I've been sick, so I was ready to come back and get it right. And so with when this all happening, it just like it was a big shock, but yeah.
All right. So now that your senior year has been turned upside down, what have you learned about yourself during this time?
I like okay. I like waking up in the morning with like no disturbance. I feel like that's been great. No alarm clock,
Yeah.
no mother yelling at me to hurry up and get on the bus. So yeah, uh I like peaceful awakenings. That's something I learned about myself.
That I just like to find more things to do, kind of when there's nothing to do, and that I mean, yeah, really, like just more adventurous, I guess. Just
Yeah.
like to find other things to do other than just one thing that I always did, and that I don't really like necessarily need like a group of people to do something. Like I'll probably just go and do something by myself.
Yeah.
I guess I've learned that I'm not quite as organized as I think I am when I'm left to my own devices. A lot of the e-learning stuff requires some pretty disciplined scheduling and figuring things out for yourself because you're not in a classroom setting. So that's definitely I've had to adjust to that, like I think everyone else has. I've learned that even though I am an introvert, like I mentioned earlier, I still definitely, you know, I know the extroverts are suffering more than I am right now, but I still need that social interaction, and it's still pretty tiring to be stuck at home all this time and not seeing my friends and my the people that I see at school, my teachers even.
I know since this has all happened, I guess I've been stressed a lot, which I know I shouldn't be. I shouldn't keep things all in my mind, but I'm trying to really think to myself and have more me time during this time so I can think more about what I want to do and all these other things to get my mindset positive around this time because a lot of negative thoughts can come through. So, yeah.
Throughout senior year, I was like really like kind of introverted. Like I didn't really participate in a lot of like school activities as much as I should have if I would have known this would have happened. But like I've learned that I need to be more social. Even though I said earlier I was social, I feel like I need to be like more in the moment of things.
Well, I learned that I used to like take a lot of things for granted. Like I'd always be like, oh, like I'll always get like another chance to do that or something. Like I said that with prom, because like last year I was like, oh, like well, if I really want to do it, I could do it next year, and like it's not happening. So I guess I just learned that I need to take more things like sincerely and like gratefully. So
That I get easily bored in the same setting, and I am kind of dependent on my friends socially, and since that's been taken away from me, I've been kind of, trying to live with like my family in close proximity all the time, 24/7. So it's been fun, but also kind of rough sometimes. And I just miss a lot of my friends.
My days were really structured beforehand. I'd go to school, I'd go to work, I'd come home, I'd eat dinner, I'd do homework, and then I'd go to bed. That was my day every day and everything. But now I realize that I do kind of need that structure. But I also was so stressed out before that having this time to kind of relax has been really good for me. And that being able to like take a breath and everything and just be for a minute is actually really good for me. And I don't have to constantly be going all the time.
I've kind of learned to be more of a patient person during this time, because before I was just so anxious about getting through my senior year and getting to graduation and getting to prom and all that. But now that all that's kind of come to a hold, at least, it's just been a nice time for me to just, step back and say, like, it's okay. Like, I just have to, because, obviously, nobody knows what's going to happen next. So it's just, a good time to just, be patient.
I don't know. I'd like to think that I know myself pretty well. I don't think I learned anything new, but a lot of things were like confirmed. Like I'm a night person, so a lot of my homework gets done at 3 a.m. instead of like the normal times, and I am lazy and I sleep in a lot, so like I wake up at like 2 p.m. I'm like a very big extrovert, so that has definitely been confirmed. It's like being inside, so I FaceTime my friends like every day because I miss them. I'm like, I need human interaction. This is how I like get my energy. Being alone is like not the thing for me. So I don't think I learned anything like brand new where I'm like, oh wow, I didn't know that I act like this, but I think a lot of things are just confirmed, definitely.
And I'm still a true gamer because going into this my senior year, it was kind of like whenever I would play the game, because I used to play like for at least 5 hours a day before my senior year, like before the summer leading into senior year too. And it was kind of like whenever I played it, I never had the same joy that I had playing it compared to the other years. But
Yeah.
now, since that's the only thing that I can do, I play the game for over 12 hours now. And I have fun with it too. So
That I'm actually a little bit OCD, which I never realized because I'm a very messy person when I don't have time. But when I have time, I actually like to be very clean and organized.
Mm.
And I'm really good at cleaning and organizing, but I just never have time to do it. And I also realize I don't like to hold on to a lot of things. My
Yeah.
family's like, oh my God, this is my favorite cup. And I'm like, throw it away.
So, has your view of your future changed because of the pandemic?
Yeah, I've definitely like kind of gained like a YOLO sort of mantra sort of thing where it's like I should definitely take advantage of the things that that are available to me more often. And I used to like always want to like control everything. So this is definitely teaching me how to go with the flow and like relax and just like have no worries or anything that I can't control it.
Yes and no. Sometimes it's gotten to me where I'm kind of like contemplating like where I should even go to college or if it's even worth it. I'm also kind of thinking about like my major and also my choice of location for college since I was going to go I am going to DePaul in Chicago, but I don't know when this pandemic is going to die down or when we're going to be able to freely roam around and, act like we were back in, January.
Not really. Just college though, because like I got accepted to Spelman, but I don't know if they're gonna make it like online for our first like few months, and that's kind of annoying because I want to like have the whole move-in process thing, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit. I feel like, if anything, I'm more driven to accomplish all the things that I want to accomplish. just because I feel like now there are going to be a lot more barriers. There's going to be more limits on like where I can go with quarantine and everything. There's going to be economic issues with paying for college and dealing with all of that and getting a job after I get out of college. So if anything, I'm just more driven to be able to accomplish those things and to work harder to accomplish all my goals.
Not really. I mean, as far as career, no, because like I still want to be a graphic designer. And sometimes you could do that at home. And if this whole thing is still happening, that wouldn't be a problem. But if I'm in school and then if it's still going on in the future, might have to do online schooling, which could be a problem. It's not that much of a effect, but it could still disrupt of what I want to do just a little bit, but not a whole big like yeah.
No, I still know what I wanna like continue to do, and I feel like it'll still be there for me in the future.
Yeah.
As long as we keep doing what we have to do all together.
I mean, it's kind of just because, you know, it's so hard because, I mean, you can only set your future up so far. Like, you only know what's happening so much. So I guess this has been more of like, I don't know, it's been like, I don't know, I lost my train of thought. It's just like, I mean, because I didn't know what was, you know, it's hard to plan out your future, like I said before, but now it's like even more of like a difficulty just because there's, you know, there's even more uncertainty about what's going to happen next. So I've given it a bit of different thought, but at the same time, it's just been like, I've already not known what's going to happen, you know, in the future. So it's kind of like just,
Not like, you know, big picture, it's still pretty much the same. I know this will pass, even if it is quite a while away. But like, there's some uncertainty surrounding next year because my dad and I were talking about it the other night. Some colleges and universities might not even go back to school in the fall, at least in person. They'll still be e-learning. Discussing, you know, is it worth it to defer a year and wait to go and become the class of 2025? Or is it, you know, something that I, you know, will still do and just miss a semester or even a whole year of my college experience?
I don't think I think my immediate future like changed like that view. But I don't think like 4 years from now, I don't think it's gonna be different because of this. I think like things this summer, like the last uplift, I'm really like, okay, is that gonna happen? If it doesn't happen, I'm very upset about that. A lot of things have been canceled and like trips that I wanted to go on to. So like immediate future, not like long term. I don't think anything's gonna change or be affected too much. Hopefully, at least I'm keeping a positive outlook on it and hoping that it doesn't really affect anything like that too far ahead.
Mm-mm,
No,
not at all.
you see
I
it.
know, Lord willing, once it ends, I know what I have to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had a lot more time to apply to a lot of different colleges, which I probably wouldn't have done if I didn't have all this time. Because right now in April, I would have been like swamped with things back to back to back with senior activities. But since all those got canceled, I had time to apply to a lot more colleges.
Not at all.
Not at all. It looks the same to you?
Yep.
What positive changes have you seen in the world that you hope stay the same once this is over?
Air pollution was a big one that I saw, especially in California, how their sky was literally gray, and then like 3 weeks later, it's just clear now. And then like I'm seeing like water has been much clearer, like the oceans and stuff. So I really hope that stays the same because that's a big part of like our health, really.
Yeah, I'd say my senior class, like at my school that I seen, it was like last week they hosted like this big thing where all the seniors could go to my school to like drive in our circle and all that and say goodbye. And
Mhm.
I didn't expect that many people to show up. Like it was our parking lot. I've never seen it that packed before. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't just the seniors, it was like the whole school. And it was kind of cool to see that like that many people would go out their way because they care so much about like what's going on. So that was, I'd say that was positive. That was really
Yeah.
cool.
Positive changes. Um, Maybe that people come closer together, I guess, like families come closer together because they're forced to be together, so they spend more time together. Like my family, I guess we've watched like the Ozarks together, the Netflix show. I
Yeah.
definitely recommend it. It's really good.
I feel like obviously everyone on Twitter has been like, the world's healing, which is really true. Nature is healing.
Mhm.
Like, not having as much pollution, air pollution, stuff like that has been really good for the planet, which during all of this is something that's pretty wonderful considering where we were. Um, I also think that a lot of families have had the time to get closer since they've been trapped inside together, which I think is really wonderful. My family, at least, I feel like we've gotten closer. We've hung out a lot more. We've played games and everything, which I think is really good. And people are going outside more, which is really good. It's great for them. Obviously, you should just go outside more. So that's good. Mom and I went for a drive yesterday and we went out and everyone was in their yard. People were doing yard work. They were walking their dogs. People were at the park. It was really cool to see.
With all of the, crazy type of assumptions and things that we've had, it's good to see that a lot of people are, trying to come together more and trying to help those that are in need and not just think about themselves, which is really nice. I hope that's something that, carries on obviously after, because, you know, I mean, I guess we could say that, people are very selfish, but like during this time, I've seen a lot of people who are like trying to reach out to maybe seniors or elders or people who can't always go out and get groceries or and like might not be safe for them to do so, and they're trying to help them out. I've seen people giving a lot of positive feedback to the doctors and the nurses and stuff like that, which is really nice. So I just hope that that kind of praise continues after this, because it's just it's good to have good to watch out for those people because they're very important.
I've seen like a lot more appreciation for like just like people in general, like the healthcare workers and like the grocery store, like people that you take that like don't normally like get the spotlight every now and then. Like people are like showing their care for them. And I think people are really like being selfless and by exposing themselves to like the coronavirus for like the grocery store. Like that's such a simple thing that like they're doing for us. And I think that's so kind.
Um, I've seen a lot of acts of kindness, which is great to see in many different communities. People are helping all around, giving food to many people who don't have it. With people being isolated in their house, yes, we're being safe, but then there are also many more people who want to go out and help the people who are in need.
I guess people for some are more willing to go outside now because they're tired of being in the house, which is understandable.
Uh, I see. Well, I don't know if I see this actually, but like just reading about how the pollution has gone down like dramatically in China and India, and like how the dolphins are swimming up to the like to Venice again, like all that stuff. I really hope that that stays the same, even though I know like that's definitely not going to happen because we're going to be outside again. But I hope that that helps us realize that we are affecting the world, and it's not this made up thing. That's something that we need to take into account and realize that if we change the way we're acting, maybe we could do something to like, slow that process down. I also see a lot of like family time, like not in my family because we're a weird family, so we're already like tight. But I know a lot of other people, they're like actually spending time with their family now. They're actually like, oh, my sister's actually kind of cool. So I like that and hearing stories about like people growing close to their family, because I think family is a very important thing that people take for granted sometimes.
Some positive things that I've seen, like especially around the internet that don't really pertain to like this whole pandemic is that the world is healing, sorta. there's a lot less pollution in Los Angeles and other really populated cities. And I think that the world like is getting used to this small breather, but not in the way that I had hoped. With like everyone getting sick and being hospitalized. So it's really kind of a double-edged sword.
I thought like appreciating all the doctors and nurses was nice. People realizing how much work they actually put in, and I don't know, giving extra time. We got to see who is essential or not. So maybe people you thought are more important in the world actually turn out to not be that important.
Mhm.
Anyway, like your grocery workers are right now especially more important than maybe a lawyer. So I thought that was kind of cool, appreciating people that normally don't get any hype.
I think a few positive changes. I mean, I hope that people don't take hand washing for granted as much after this. And then I guess it's just like any global event that, people have experienced in the past, it's definitely brings together a group of people that together, weren't as close before. And I think that people realize that there's some things that just can't be done without. So social interaction is definitely one of those. Before this, I wasn't always the person who was going to make plans or schedule things and see people all the time. But after this, I think it's something that I won't take for granted as much, given that this could, hopefully not happen again, but it could. I think that it'll change how people see their own lives. If this is going to happen again, how will they react? Will they have the things that they need? I'm sure it's making people realize that there are some things that they can do without. I've definitely realized that with a few things.
How do you imagine yourself describing these times to your grandchildren?
Very, very boring. So boring and kind of crappy. But not like horrible or it doesn't really feel like it's an apocalypse or anything. It's just kind of weird and different.
I'm gonna tell them that their great grandfather was pretty scared of these times.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my dad, he does not want me going out at all. Like and it's like he's gotta he just doesn't. I don't know how to describe it. Like the way he acts whenever we talk about the virus, it's funny, but I can tell because it's like my parents, their age group is like the people that are being most affected by the virus.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad basically he wants no chance of getting it at all. So I
Yeah.
can see why, but me looking at him, I find it funny.
I think I'm gonna exaggerate a bunch just because I think it'll be funny to exaggerate. But then like I don't know, I'll probably like put some serious things in there and like I don't know. Probably describe it as a time that the world went like quiet almost. Like everything seems so still and there's like nothing really going on. There's no sports, there's no distractions. It's like, wow. At least in my lifetime I've never experienced something like that. Everything has been so go, go, go. So it's like good to just have something like everything just slow down for a second, just actually be able to like hear your own thoughts. There's not like too much going on. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna exaggerate. Like this was the worst time. There was no toilet paper. You had to go scavenging in the woods to find anything. Like, yeah.
It'd be more of me just describing how I guess the pandemic sort of not changed me as a person, but giving me more time to think about myself and talk about like the things that I did while I was inside and kind of like what was going outside with all the crazy assumptions and all these things that are happening. It'll just be nice to go over just there's so many different like I don't know the word I'm trying to say. There's so many different parts because there are some people who've got the crazy assumptions, some people who've got the, who are just, trying to come together and be a community and there are just, So it'll be good to just describe all of those viewpoints because I've seen it all. So it's good to be able to, tell them all about that.
I'm gonna milk it. I walked to school uphill both ways, barefoot in the snow.
Right.
I did a senior prom. I was trapped inside for 2 months. We're gonna milk it just a little bit and make them know that they did not suffer as much as I did.
And you wore a mask.
And I wore a mask.
It was like a masquerade party that lasted for months.
Forever.
Well, I'm not getting the worst of it. So, crossing my fingers. But as of right now, if this were to go on just how it was, I would describe this pandemic as boring in my shoes. But also it was a chance to connect with my family more and stuff. So there were some positives, but also really scary, considering that the media is all over it, and it's like a really big deal, and it has never happened before in my history or my family's history ever. So it was just very new, and it was a scary time.
All right. So I always envision myself saying that back in my day, because my parents would always hit us with the back in my day, we had the blizzard of blah, 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 blah. And I ain't have no shovel. So I had to shovel the driveway with a broom. And so now I can see, I'm going to see little DeMarcus the second or third or whatever. He's gonna complain about something. I'm gonna say, well, guess what? Back in my day, we had COVID-19 and we couldn't go outside for at least 2 months. And we ran out of toilet paper. And we had to use paper towels to wipe our butts because we didn't have any toilet paper. So I don't want to hear you complain about nothing. So that's how I envision myself.
All right. Back in my day. Back in my day.
Probably I imagine myself sitting in a nice wooden rocking chair, and they're tucked into their bed. Is that what the question's asking? They're tucked in, and it's I'm telling them a little bedtime story with a moral at the end of it. I don't know. I think it'd be fun to tell them like that.
So what is the moral of the story?
I would say YOLO, but a fancier version would be Saint Lavie, just always take things and appreciate them.
I would say it was a moment of isolation from the rest of the world, and was also my mom said something earlier, how we were born in a time of chaos, which was 9/11, and now we're leaving high school with the same kind of chaos with COVID-19. And it's I don't know, these are times I always remember. And it's if I told my grandkids that, I'd be I don't know. It was just a moment of isolation. There's nothing, what do you do in this time? You don't know what to do.
I wouldn't say for me personally it was a hectic time, but from seeing many people panic, it was just crazy. Because just when it started, everybody was doing all this panic buying and stuff, and it was just too much. Everyone's panicking for no reason. Just keep calm and just do all this stuff. And I would also say, all the toilet paper was gone. You just can't believe it, But yeah, I would say something like that, or I just tried to keep calm and stuff and just be positive. So
I'm not totally sure. I know that people, especially my generation, have joked about this a bit. They say, after this, they're definitely going to make a movie about the coronavirus and how, people were totally heroes and over exaggerate the the role. Probably Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson will play some action figure that's going to save the world from the coronavirus. When in reality, most of what we've been doing is just sitting at home, binging TV and sleeping more than we did before. So I don't think I'm going to make it seem like that to my grandchildren, just because I don't want to, make it out to be something that it isn't. But I'll definitely stress the importance of, communion and being around people, family.
I'm going to tell them that we survived the zombie apocalypse and that I saved the world.
You did it, man.
Just like that.
You did it. Any other parting thoughts?
Just hope everyone stays safe and stays clean so we can all come together once again.
No, I mean, I haven't been super, super upset about the whole thing in general, just because I know that this is a worldwide thing. So it's not just something that I, have to be upset about all the time, because this is something that's going on, everybody's experiencing this in some way and everybody's been affected by it. So there's obviously reason to be upset, but it's just, there's less of it because you know that so many other people are going through the same thing.
Oh, no. This was fun. I like this.
I'm doing fine. It's not the end of the world. And there's plenty of other experiences I'll have in life that I'm sure the older generations can attest that they've had greater experiences than their high school graduation. So while it is a poor situation, it's not the worst thing that could happen.
Those are the only questions? I thought these were going to be like deep, intellectual, like...
Well, you can take them deep and intellectual if you want to.
Parting thoughts. I hope I get a graduation. Hope it's not online.
I mean, okay. This may sound a little weird.
All right.
But if I was to go back in time, I would tell me before I was going into middle school that middle school is just one giant popularity contest. That's what I would tell myself. I don't know why.
Well, thanks, Gabby. You're the 12th one, which is cool. I was telling someone I think this is the first time I've ever had 100% participation in anything. And you were it. You were the 100%. All right.
Thank you.
Tell everybody hi for me.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right, Anne-Marie, take care of yourself.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. It was good to see you.
We'll see you too.
We'll talk to you soon. Bye. Well, thanks for doing this, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
Later. All right, Jeremiah. We'll see you
All
later.
right, sounds good.
Bye. Anyway, thanks for doing this for me and for helping out, and hopefully we can talk again soon.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
Have a great day. We'll see you later.
You too.
I appreciate you doing this, and you guys take care over there.
Yeah, you too.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Thanks, Carl. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
All right. We'll talk to you
Bye.
later. Bye. All right, man. You have a good one.
Thank you too.
Later. Bye. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for doing this.
Yep. Bye.
Thanks, Micah. We'll talk to
No
you later.
problem. See ya.